sorry. Of course. We are live. Yay. Okay. Hey,
Yay.
it's Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. Here today, the first video of 2026 with the real, the one, the only original John F. Kennedy Jr. Hey, John, how are you?
Wonderful, Sue. I might feel like shit, but when you ask me to do a video, it always makes me feel a little better. I woke up with one heck of a headache, a
Yeah.
bellyache,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I don't know, Sue. But after I thought about it and got my coffee in, my headache started going away, and I was like,
Awesome.
yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
doing great now.
We're gonna,
Absolutely.
we'll just talk for a little bit just to let people know that I haven't gone away. I did go away, but I'm back. So I went away for about 2 weeks. Prior to that, John wasn't feeling good, so we didn't do a lot of videos. We normally try to talk at least once a week. And I have not been able to keep up with all of your daily videos that you've been doing. So what is up with you? I wanted to start the new year off by saying, pound my fist on the desk. This is going to be your year.
It is. It is.
Yep.
Well, I can get, sometimes I can get discouraged. I can be a
Yep.
mental wreck. And we have so many struggles to try to get the truth out, and so many obstacles, so many
Yep.
haters,
Yep.
and so many I don't know what to call it.
Blocks, obstacles, annoyances. Yeah.
Yeah, we're exposing. I was the son of our assassinated president, and I lived a life of hell, seeing my loved ones murdered by our very own government. And I try to share that truth, and there's so many people that just don't get it.
Right.
uh, uh, oh, I'm just a grifter, I'm a scammer, I'm trying to make. No, I'm trying to wake you up to what life's all about. I've said it many times. At least in my life, we live on a planet that is hell. There's so many evil doers, so many people that will take lives just for profit for themselves, and I'm trying to explain that. That's what happened to my family and my loved ones. And I get discouraged, but it's I see the lions out there sharing, and I think of their children and their future. And I get so many comments. Somebody say, oh, it's your job to do this, it's your job to do that. It's not my job. Nobody's paying me to share it's my responsibility as an American, as somebody that loves this country, to try to wake the people up in this country that, hey, this is hell, people, and we can't let them get away with all these evil deeds, all the victims of their evil deeds. And I'm one of them, kidnapped, tortured, um, MK Ultra used. And people need to realize, when I was young, they said, this is people within our secret government. They say, we are going to use you. You are our slave. And people need to realize that's how government
Right.
is. That's
Right.
what it's all about. It's all about the rich so they can stay rich. And it's all about keeping us poor.
Right.
That's it.
Every every
Bottom line.
whistle every whistleblower that I know of has been kept in poverty on purpose. Why? Because when you're in poverty, you're so focused on survival, you can't go and create lawsuits or create a ruckus, or get your story out. No one takes you seriously. Every single one of them are in poverty, struggling just for the basics in life. They're
Yeah, well, I was
discredited before they start, right?
I was placed with the handlers, the Quigley family. And if people don't know what handlers are, it's like a home base for our secret government to come and get you and use you, treat you. When in the mafia term, a made man, it's not that you just walk up and cap somebody and then you're made into the mafia. You are molded, you are taught. It is a school on to school you, to teach you, to
Right,
train
right.
you. And here
Yeah.
my necklace is all messed up. I'm a mess this morning, but yeah, I'm trying to share how it works and what goes
Right,
on.
right.
And I already forgot what we were talking about.
It's fine. One thing I'm going to say is I've learned so much from you about how things happen and why things happen behind the scenes. I didn't understand it as well as I do now. We've been talking so much and you've explained why they would go, the deep state, cabal, whoever you want to call them, why would they go to such lengths to replace people, to, put a double in there?
Well,
It's
they
all
get
about resources,
they
right?
and this is me sharing my life on to the public. They use children to commit their murders for them.
Right.
I believe I killed my first person, murdered my first person, and it wasn't really me. I'm just the one that was, at 5 years old, told to pull a trigger. Um, that's how they work. Now, them holding a rifle in my hands and telling me, all you got to do, kid, is pull this little thing right here. So you pull the little thing and someone dies. Um, they can't get in trouble for that. Little John Kennedy Jr. just killed somebody. So when they are hiding my story, covering my story, it's not going to get out that's how organized crime works. They use these children. There's so many victims to this. And I seen it over and over and over again. And it's mentally, you know, I remember that when I was a child. And it's like, who was my victim? Who was the victim? Was that one of my loved ones, one of my family members that, because it was a mafia war?
Right.
There's so many unanswered questions to my story, but I know how they work. I know how they operate. And I'm trying to share that to the world
Yeah.
that it is hell. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah. Well, I know we get a lot of haters. Okay. So, we say this every time. The censorship is real. So anyone that doesn't believe that, I could go on and on and on about all the stuff that's happened to me in my small channel and what I'm trying to do, but they do not want John's story out there. Okay. So the
No.
second we go live, we're usually like the line will go down, the electricity goes off, something happens, right?
Yeah,
They
and
don't want the story out there.
if I get flashed off of our live, it's because I got a smart meter. It's happened about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
They just turn off the power just long enough to kill my computer.
Yep. Yep.
But they don't, even on Facebook, I'm up to 73,000 plus. Um, and I'll make a video and it'll get on my homepage, it'll get one or two thumbs up, or I'll make a post. And a lot of those are anti-Trump posts because I'm pulling weeds, trying to get rid of the people that join me just because the QAnon thing and
Yeah.
think I'm gonna be running with Donald Trump and all. No, that ain't all. That's all bullshit. Spin people. They put it out there to discredit me.
Right.
And you know the John you all knew as John Kennedy Jr. He was placed by these evildoers, the same evil people that had me pull that trigger. They placed him to build him up. It's blood in, blood out. It's hardcore mafia tactics, hardcore mafia war. I'm sharing how the mafia works, how they make their money, and it's stolen identity. This is how organized crime makes their billions of dollars. They
Right.
unalive people, and this is the people that are running our government, running the world. They unalive people and they steal their assets, they steal their identity, and they keep making money, and it's free money. You imagine making billions of dollars and it's free, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can throw it away, you can wipe your ass with it. That's how they work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the money, power, and control of the people. They want us ignorant. They want us to be slaves for the system. So we do the work, we create the money for them so they can live these lives. And then again, the ones that are celebrities, children, politicians, children, whatever, they live in poverty. Any whistleblower lives in poverty.
Oh, that's
If
where we
they're
left
allowed to
off.
live, right?
Yeah, we were talking about poverty. And I was going to say, being with the Quigley family, they kept me in poverty on purpose. They
Yes.
never wanted me to have a house and have a bank account. It was always hard physical manual labor. It was always screwing me out of a paycheck after I worked all week long and then just decide not to pay me.
Yeah.
It happened over and over and over again in my life. I was a bricklayer. I dug ditches. I built houses. I was taught to build houses. I was making $8 an hour building houses. And then the bosses would call somebody in to do another job and pay them 3 times as much as they were paying me to do the same jobs.
Right.
But they, they,
Right.
they went out of their way to keep me in poverty. I would go from house to house and I'd say, do you have any work, that I could do to make $1? And they would say, yeah, move all these big boulders from right here to right there. And I'm not shitting you. They would have me do that. And they'd say, well, we're going to pay you $5 an hour. I wasn't going to high school. So I went over to a guy's ranch, and this guy was heavy cabal, just like the rest of them that lived in the area. And I said, I need a job. And I'll shit you not, he paid me $2 a freaking hour to work on automobiles. $2 a freaking hour. And I took the job because that $2 was more than I had just
Right.
sitting around doing nothing. So I took
Right.
that job. I'd go over there and make $2 an hour
Right.
and work. But it's just a point. Instead of paying me a decent wage where I could make something, they would totally try to keep you hindered and in poverty. Um, the Quigleys, they started a construction company and they had me working. And, they would have me with a sledgehammer busting a boulder when they could have rented a jackhammer or got something else. And when
Right.
I'm sitting there with a sledgehammer busting this boulder to get it out of the way so they could pour a foundation for a house, they would sit, Max Quigley and the other boss would just be sitting there laughing at me. Like, yeah, but
Awful.
but they did
Awful.
crazy, crazy things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really did. And that was just to keep me in poverty. I finally got out of that poverty. I went to truck driving school and I started driving trucks, but the poverty still was there because
Right.
I had to switch so many jobs. I would work a job and then somebody would show up and try to take my life. And I'm not making this up, people. I put a gun to a man's head at a company I worked for driving truck, and I said, "Talk to me. Why'd you just try to kill me? Why'd you mess with the brakes on my truck? Why did you disable the brakes on my diesel truck?" And he said, "Because they got my children, and they said they would kill my children if I didn't try to kill you." This is real, people. This is how they work.
Really real.
And I'm
Yeah.
sitting here sharing story after story after story, and you see these hater comments for that. Um, I, I'm trying to help wake people up to the truth of what really goes on within our government. This crime ring within our government of people that murder people and steal their identity, and I get hate for that. I'm a victim of child trafficking, kidnapping, sexual acts on me as a child just to shut me up, and people laugh at that.
Yeah.
There's anyway. We have many enemies. There's many enemies out there alive right now that do not want my story out because they have committed crimes and theft for so very long. And it goes all the way up to the presidents of the United States. I saw a post this morning. I think it was a comment on a post that I made, maybe, maybe not. And they said, what about Obama? What about Biden? Which they always do when you mention Donald Trump. And it's
Yeah.
like, why are you pointing your finger at other crimes instead of realizing there's crimes right in front of your face? They're all criminals. Don't say Biden did it, Obama did it, Clinton did it. We know that. And if we have our way, their day is coming. They will be charged for their crimes against humanity, against us.
Right.
But the fact is, we have a leader right now that doesn't beat around the bush. There's no conspiracy about oil. Hello? He's flat out telling you there was no drugs on those boats. We didn't do it for the drug boats. We did it for the freaking oil. It's crazy the mentality. Uh, Hello, brother Henry. I posted that pictures you sent me. I was trying to load pictures this morning, and nothing was loading to my photos. So I asked Henry to send me a couple photos. He did, and I made a video, a little
Awesome.
post about it. But
Awesome. Awesome.
I got some
Yeah.
a wonderful team of lions. I see some of them on Facebook on my phone now. For you people on Facebook, I am live with the beautiful Sue Greenwald on Awakened Stories. We will reshare this to Facebook and YouTube. So if you want a better view and not just my ugly mug on here that looks like I got run over by a truck, you can go to YouTube, Awakened Stories,
Yep.
and see it live right now.
Yep. Yep. So what we usually do when we start is we'll promote books and places for more information. So this is one that we have on our websites, both of us, Quest for Justice. Okay. So this is a comprehensive story of all the things that John has told us over the last 2 years. All right. It's compiled, I compiled it from the videos that we do. All right. The other place you can get great information is thequietjourney.tv. All right. This is a 1 hour
QuietJourney.tv.
documentary. And in 1 hour, you can educate yourself about John's story, what happened to him, and a little bit about why it happened. But it's going to be so compelling. Once you watch that, you're going to want more information. So if you go to either awakenstories.com or the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com, you can get this book. This is the only place the book is available. It is not on Amazon because Amazon booted me off. All right. They don't want
Um,
this story out. They said I
um,
could never
it's
put another book up there ever, ever to infinity.
it's really hard, people,
Yep.
to get the truth out. They hinder us. They hindered
Yeah.
Sue. They really did by denying this on Amazon. So they make it a little tougher for us, but all you have to do is go to the real John F. Kennedy
Yep.
Jr.com and you can get a copy of this. You can get an
Yep.
autographed copy. But
Yep.
they
There's the
hinder us,
autograph.
they make it hard. So please take a minute, go to the website, and you can purchase this book, and it helps out so much. It really does, the cause. Um, so yeah, the real John F. Kennedy
Yeah. Yeah.
Jr.com. That's Quest for Justice. And hopefully someday we can get this easier for people to purchase when
Yes.
we get this
Well,
story out and blow it
I'm
up.
coming up with a plan, so I'll announce it when it's ready. But
Oh,
I have maybe
awesome.
I have maybe 10 autograph copies left. We'll get more. But
I
I
still got
mean,
that whole case out in the trailer that we
okay.
took to Dallas.
Dallas.
But yeah, it's still a whole sealed case, so I'll sign a bunch of those and get it to you. I still
Yep.
got your sign I need to
Yep.
sign too. I was thinking
Yeah.
about that the other day.
Yeah.
Um, you can get these two books. Some of these haters, they're like, oh, you got a book? Yeah, Stolen Identity, Historian's Tale, Prayers for Mary Maxwell, please. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. But you can get both of these on Amazon. And do me a favor, just go read the reviews on Amazon for these two. And while I'm shouting out, I might as well not stop. This is a great coffee table book right here. It's from Kathleen Hamilton. It's called From Sheep to Lion, and it's on Amazon as well. It's a wonderful coffee table book. She is getting so much freaking hate mail because she actually put the cover of Stolen Identity in her book. She put this book cover right here for people to see in her book, and now she's getting a lot of hate from it. You know what I say? Fuck the haters. But so yeah, let's fuck the haters. Check out her book. And this is When Johnny Comes Marching Home. This is from Eva Santiago. This is on Amazon as well. So we're getting the word out to a lot of people. And but this is the latest right here. And take a minute, go to the website, go to the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com, and you can even get a pennant. They're awesome. They're
Right.
dog tags.
Right.
And
It's mine.
if you ain't into the military aspect dog tag, Sue's got some wonderful um penance charms on her website as well.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they got little fairies on them. Not that I'm into the little fairies. I'm kind of more of a big biker guy, but Robin wears hers all the time.
Fairies and mermaids. So you have
And
both. You
mermaids.
got both sides, depending on how you're
But
feeling.
they got the healing frequencies in there.
Mhm.
King Smarty sent me one of these and said it's for post traumatic stress disorder.
Right.
and having something around your neck when you step outside of the house and think your brains are going to get blown out like your father's. And trust me, we get a lot of death threats and hate just for trying to get the truth out, and it
Yep.
helps.
Yep.
Psychological warfare is kind of fucked up when you're trying to get the truth out and help the world and the children of this world,
Yeah.
and people don't like it, people.
Yeah.
So show your support, get a pendant from me or Sue, get a book. Um, we're not selling enough books, people. It's really hard to sell books nowadays. So show your support, get a book, throw it on your coffee table, and when people come over to your house, say, "Hey, I watch the real John Kennedy Jr. on Awakening Stories all the time. Check it out."
Yep. Yep.
Great conversation piece. I know
Yep.
people that throw books on the dashboard of their cars. I do the same thing. I got stickers, the Quiet Journey bumper stickers, and we still got literally thousands of these to give away, people. Um,
Right.
we literally got, I think it was over 10,000 bumper stickers to try to get the truth out. They were donated from people that realized, hey, we got to get this
Right.
story out. And that's at the
Right.
Quiet Journey TV. Please go there, spend a minute, watch the movie, hear my father's speech, hear my father's words. My father's basically at the beginning of this, he's saying, hey, we got secret societies taking over our government. And we need to eliminate these secret societies because they tried to enslave us. And they murdered him for it. That's why he was murdered. It was a mafia war of good versus evil. And somebody mentioned, how did the Kennedys? I'm not going to bullshit you people. I'm really not. I'm here about the truth. Somebody said, how did the Kennedys get their money? I'll tell you, it was moonshine, it was organized crime, it was politics. That's how the Kennedys were built up to make their money. So does that make me a bad guy for sharing that, hey, our government's criminals? No. You know, Benjamin Netanyahu is my family member. It's in my DNA. I am related to Benjamin Netanyahu. And you know what I say? I say we pull a Donald Trump on his ass and we go to Israel and kidnap him and try him for genocide. Hello? Amen to that. I hope so.
What makes you think he's the real one?
I don't think he is.
No, of course not. He's been gone a long time.
And if you look at when I was a kid, Benjamin Netanyahu, um, I believe he was replaced. I was in Israel. I was taught actually art school by Mark Chagall in Israel. If you know Mark Chagall, his artworks are worth millions of dollars. But I do believe this was in the 70s, probably 75, like the rest of my loved ones were being murdered and replaced. Benjamin Netanyahu was replaced. And with that said, so was Donald Trump. With that said, let's pull a Donald Trump. And I'm right there. Come over to my house, stop by, saying, yeah, we got to get rid of the criminals. I'm with you. Let's start a militia. Let's do it to charge these people,
Yep.
convict them. They've already been convicted. Seriously. I mean, any one of us on here watching this video that has done one felony would be locked up in a little dark cell, and you have to shit and piss right in front of the whole world. You got a little sink and a cot. We would be there, any of us. But somebody that's president of the United States that has 34 of these felonies, hell, money will buy you out of any situation. And we were talking about poverty when earlier in this video, Sue, and I was asked to kill somebody. I was straight up asked to kill somebody. We want you part of the family. You'll live a life of riches. All you got to do is go unalive this person. And I wasn't thinking back then very well. You learn as you age. But I said no. I said I'd rather be naked, barefoot, walking through the forest before I unalive somebody just to take their money, just to steal from them. And that still goes, I still believe that to this day. But the thing is, it takes money to do anything nowadays to get my story out. Since I started sharing my story, I've had more bills. And actually, with the internet and actually, I've had more bills than I would have if I didn't start sharing my story.
Right. Right.
The only reason how I'm paying my bills is because of kindness and love offerings that people send me in the mail.
Right.
It's serious. Like going to Dallas, there was so many people, and Sue was one of them, that to help for gas money and motels and everything like that, to do that. But if it wasn't for the kindness of people right now, um, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills.
Right.
It's that
Right.
simple.
Right.
I trust in God, and it's like, the first of the month comes, and it's like, how am I going to pay this one and this one? And then somebody sends me a blessing and says, Daddy told me to do this.
So
But yeah,
awesome.
there's so much kindness in this world, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I really
Yeah.
do. But I'm never going to stop sharing my story. Um, it's too important to the whole world for me to stop. I could get hate. They could come put me in prison, whatever they think they could do. But if they put me in prison, it would just bring my story out more, which that would be cool too. Um, if they unalived me, I think my story would get out too, which that would help. So it's kind of a no win-win for the haters.
Right.
Either way,
Right.
either way, we're going to get truth. It's all about the children, people. It's all about the children and the future of this country, and that's what it's all about. It's all about, to me, I see all the people that have died for this country, for the flag that it represents, and for that to be overthrown by a criminal organization, for all that to be just thrown out the window, that we need a free country where we can actually be free, not just told we are free.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Sue, I'm rambling, but
No, that
I
caffeine
love
has
you
really
guys.
kicked in.
I love you guys. I love you, Lions, for sharing. It's our year right here. I put on 2025 last year, and Sue told me I look like a dork. But hey, Sue, I got 2026. But
Yep. It's
it's our
awesome.
year. I shared a post this morning. It was about 2025, 2024. We said justice is coming. 2024, it's justice for all. Then 2025 went by, and I said, it's justice for all. 2020, to get the truth out, to get my story out. Hey, look what they did to a president's son. They assassinated. After assassination, they were torturing this poor kid. They were torturing his mother and his sister until finally they just unalived them. But this is our secret government, and I will guarantee you, Trump supporters, Donald Trump is a puppet on strings for the big oil companies. Hello, for the billionaires that actually run the banking system and
Right.
every other thing. Donald Trump is a puppet, and you're waving your flag for a puppet. You're not invited to the Billionaires Club. Netanyahu, sorry, he's a puppet on the strings for these evildoers. And we need to expose the evildoers. We need to get rid of the evildoers. We need to imprison the evildoers. Yeah, point your finger at Biden. Yeah, let's throw him in prison too. How about point your finger at Clinton? Yeah, let's throw him in prison too. And Obama and the Bushes for 9/11 and every other thing. Let's clean house, people, and let's give it back to the American people. Amen. I hope I get an amen out of that.
Yes, yes, yes. So I want to say that this is your year. Now, I said it last year, but I feel like we made great progress last year, right? We got the story out so people could understand. More and more people are hearing this story. Yeah, there's haters, but there's great supporters that you have. And they're so generous. They're always watching the videos, they're always helping you in some way. And I appreciate that. One thing I did want to say is that some photos from the Dallas event, Dallas was November 22nd, 2025, are on the website. So if you go to the events tab, it shows some of the pictures that people took there of you there when they did a ceremony for your dad, which is just beautiful. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful day. So that website is the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com. All right.
And with that said, a few years ago, we came out with stolen identity. So, we said it was our year in 24. We said it was
Yep.
our year in 25. I've been sharing this story since 2018, I believe.
Yep.
I was pulling a wagon around that said John Kennedy Jr. for president 2020. So, I mean, it's been a long while, but this is a huge achievement, people.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this right here
Yep.
is information that you can learn because they told me I would die for this.
Yeah.
The Secret Service. told me organized crime was too big. They would kill you. And guess what? I'm still here. I'm still have a voice. Whatever happens, happens, but I'm still here. And this is a
Right.
huge achievement right here because this is all in print.
Right.
Hey, John Kennedy Jr.'s alive. What they did to his father, the president of the United States, so these people could take over the United States. And that's what I'm sharing. They
Right.
killed JFK so they could run the country the way they wanted to run the country.
They infiltrated. And if anyone doesn't believe that, I would be quite surprised. They infiltrated our government, and you can see it so clearly now. And can you guess who it was? You can see it really clearly now. Hello, little John.
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to do, and you might have already done this, is we just got through the holiday season and we had last year we supported a family that had 4 kids that were in trouble. So we had one extremely generous person buy them a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. So they had created an Amazon wish list. I sent it to one person. Boom. She bought the whole list.
And that was so cool because um, last year before last, we helped them out and they got a car full of bags of presents and things. And it was hard, hard saying
Yep.
what shoe size, what shirt size do these kids need.
Yeah.
And this year they made an Amazon wish list,
Yeah.
and this person just filled it up. Packages were coming here every day. So the kids got blessed, the family got blessed with a huge amount of gifts from people with kind
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
It really
And
is.
I wanted to say that, like, we haven't talked in a couple of weeks. I wanted to let them know how much it's appreciated that again, we're trying to help support you, and in this case, this family. So thank you, all that are helping in
And
their way.
thanks to the person, and it was anonymous, so I'm not sure if it was you, Sue, or somebody else, but somebody donated them $500 for the holidays.
Yeah,
And $500 to somebody that doesn't have $500
it's a big
is
deal. That's
it's
food.
it's a wonderful
Yeah,
deal. So
yeah.
there is people out there with kind hearts willing to help, and with all my heart, I say thank you for all of that. It's wonderful.
Well, there's so many people they're struggling right now. The prices of everything have gone up. Food, lodging, your rent, your mortgage, your interest rates, everything has gone up. Everyone is in the same boat. We're all struggling. So thank you to the generous people that help others. So this is what I'm calling a fresh start. This is the year. All of this is going away. We're going to see it transition to the way it should be. People are going to get your story. It's going to go mainstream. We're going to be like so excited. You're going to be out there doing speeches in the
Yeah.
public confidently without worry about your safety. And the mainstream people, their minds are going to be blown. All right.
And
They had no idea this happened.
with that said, Sue, next year, or not next year, we're already into this year.
Yep.
I want to do Dallas again.
Yeah.
I want to go get some more hugs, and you know, Dallas this year was wonderful. But we got 73,000 people on here.
Yeah.
We went to Dallas this last year, and it was awesome. And we only gave like 2 months notice. Hey, we're going to Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm planning on going to Dallas again this
Yeah.
year. Um, Shannon Sheridan's probably going to hate me for this because she did so much hard work to
Yes, you did.
help us out the last time. But yeah, plan on it this
Yeah.
year on the
Okay.
22nd of yeah, we're going to be there.
All right. That'll be exciting. Exciting. So what else has been going on with you since the holidays?
I ate too much. I'm getting fat. I got a bellyache. I need to exercise.
Yep.
But it's been
Yep.
wonderful.
Right.
It has.
So
I got lots of beautiful cards. Thank you for all the Christmas cards from you people. Um, it's wonderful. Mentally I'll be all down and like, oh, my story's not getting out.
yeah.
And then for Christmas I'll go to the mailbox and there'll be 10 Christmas cards in there, and it's like
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Total flip
Yeah.
around
Your
from
story is getting out there. They're just censoring it. Like we can't
yeah.
see the numbers. Okay.
I am censored big time.
Yeah. All right. And like I said, this book was censored. I'm censored. It's not allowed to go on Amazon, nor are any future books. Okay. I was upset for maybe an hour. All right. Like, oh, what am I going to do? I came up with a plan, but you know what? Now that I look back, this was a blessing because I don't want to support Amazon anyway. I don't like shopping at Amazon. People do it because it's convenient, but they're putting the mom and pop stores out of business. They're putting the malls out of business, right?
Right there with Walmart.
Yep.
You know, people are always pointing their fingers backwards instead of pointing them at Trump. They say, well, what about the Obamas and what about Biden and what about the Clintons? And with that said, the start of the communist takeover of the one world order is Walmart, plain and simple. I do believe the real family members. I knew John Walton of John Walton was Sam Walton's son.
Right.
Sam Walton's I knew Sam Walton. Um, John Walton was his son who taught me special black ops special forces. He was killed in a plane crash. Yeah, they love plane crashes, people. But I knew Sam Walton, and with that said, I believe there was a takeover of the Walton family to take over Walmart.
Right.
But guess what, people? You might not understand all the digging and everything, but Hillary Clinton worked on the board of Walmart, and Walmart turned into a Walmart in every city, and they took out all the mom and pop stores. Now, if you need something,
Yep.
you pretty much have to go to Walmart, people.
Yep.
And that was started by people within our government to make them rich and us poor.
It used to be that Walmart's only sold American-made goods way
That's
back
right.
when it first started. Now,
That was Sam Walton's motto,
yeah.
made in America.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to Walmart, the American flags are made in China.
Well,
You
and
know,
you,
there was China actually captured some they called it spies, a spy plane, and a United States spy plane. China captured these people, said they were spying on them. They only got out of it because the board of Walmart went to China and said, "Hey, we're buying all your goods, China. You know, they're making billions of dollars for Walmart selling China goods." So it's kind of like a communist thing. And China said, "Yeah, you're right. Go away. We would rather sell our products to
yeah.
Walmart."
Well, now Walmart is just as pricey as any other store. The only advantages it has is that it's everywhere and that it has a lot of, it has a huge variety. But like I said, Amazon, Walmart, all of these places are putting the smaller, locally owned, family supported businesses out of business. All
Yeah.
right.
And all
Yeah.
the workers, you know, they have so many workers at Walmart um, that make a living off of Walmart.
Yeah. I
And
think,
it's all planned that way. You know, there's no more mom and pops hardware store, no
yeah.
more mom and pops
Yeah.
butchers, no more produce. You go to Walmart, and
Yeah.
it put all of them out of business because they can
Right.
buy their stuff cheaper from China. And yeah,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I do believe, and this is John Kennedy Jr. saying this, that Walmart's just part of the one world order. And it's no different from my family, the Kennedys. They unalived my family and my loved ones to steal. They did the same thing to Sam Walton and his family. Now that family is making billions of dollars. Um, yeah, money over fist. And it's all for the one world order. I don't
Right.
believe the Waltons are even the Waltons anymore.
No, I don't think they are either.
Just like Caroline Kennedy is not the real Caroline Kennedy, no Kennedy blood. Just like John, the whole world knew that thought was me, that thought was they play it all the same. It's all identity theft for billions of dollars, people.
Right.
And I'm trying to wake up the world to this. You go to Walmart, you're supporting a satanic cult. It's that simple.
Exactly. And we've all heard about the tunnels that are underneath Walmart. We've also heard that the CIA is the one that basically created the Walmarts, and it's a network for child trafficking or We always say child trafficking, but any kind of trafficking. Now, on the
Yeah,
surface,
I'm not familiar with this with the tunnel, Sue,
yeah,
but I am familiar with the cabal and the satanic
yeah,
people that run it. And I wore out a shovel. You know, when a Walmart comes to your town and they pour the foundations so they can come lay the cement for the foundation.
yep,
I would get there and I would be under MK Ultra and I would have to dig a hole in the middle of the night. And I would dig that hole and they would throw a dead body in that hole and then they would cement over it. And that's my personal testimony to Walmart. Now, why was that done? Maybe for the future, for them to dig up that dead body with the information that was placed with that dead body. But I know this for a fact. I know for a fact when Barack Obama was standing in a Walmart doing a speech, he was actually standing on dead bodies at Walmart. Now, this is a satanic cult that does this because they believe in the spirits and every other thing. Can you imagine being a satanic cult, killing people, burying them in a Walmart, and then having the president of the United States stand on those dead bodies? And it's almost like saying, see what we can do, see what we can get away with right in front of the whole world. Just like, see, we can kidnap and replace John Kennedy Jr. right in front of the whole world. See
yeah.
what we can do. They get their power off on it, people. They really do. And I'm here with the beautiful Sue Greenwald exposing that to you. It's up to you to listen. You don't have to believe it. That's a, you know, but it is truth. It is how they work. And I hope you get it. I hope you don't ever forget it. And if you do believe it and you do see all the proof and evidence we put out, I hope you share it because it's all about getting the story out to the world on what these people do. And with that said, Lanny Lewis, I see her on my Facebook. She's in the process of making a book right now to share my story in Australia, which is cool.
Awesome, awesome. She does amazing videos and promotions on Facebook for you. I love it.
There has
Love
been
it.
so many lions like Lanny
Yeah,
and Mojo and Henry and
yeah,
Sister Brenda that just, so many of the lions that have been hindered and blocked even removed their TikTok accounts over and over and over. Brenda is a great example because I think she had 35 or something accounts she had to make new account after account
yeah,
after account. And then she holds up my book. She'll hold up a book. And guess what they do? They'll remove her account because the truth is too powerful. And they'll just remove her account. And
yeah,
it happened to me. I was on TikTok. I had 45,000 people. I was like, wait, I'm getting a platform. We're gonna go, we're gonna do Dallas, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Believe this shit, people. I had a TikTok account with 45,000 followers. I was gaining 1,000 followers a day and listen to me hard, listen to me clear. The day they removed my account was the day I found my son dead on the couch. You think they wanted my story shut up, people? I can't make this shit up. It's too real to make this shit up.
yeah. Okay. Wow. That went down a little hole that I wasn't planning to do. Yeah, sorry. Like it needs to be talked about though. I did not know
um,
about the bodies under Walmart. Those bodies.
there was a comment from Miranda on my phone,
Okay.
and I just gotta say something, Rhonda. Oh, I can't say that because I'm live with you, Sue. And I was just gonna tell her she knows where to put her lips. She's saying I'm a liar, I'm a fake, I'm a fraud. The only one, Rhonda, smart people get it. Smart people understand what I'm here doing,
Well,
sharing my
here,
story. It's too bad, Rhonda, you don't have no fucking smarts.
no, no, let's not go there. Let's say it this way. Let's say it this way. Have the curiosity to hear the story before you reject it.
All right.
Have the curiosity to look into it a little bit more. 1 hour of your time, 1 hour of your time, and you'll have
Yeah.
the entire story right
Actually,
here. 1 hour.
it's 1 hour, 1 minute,
Yep.
and 11 seconds.
Or you can flip through just a couple chapters here and there and see if it looks like it might be interesting. And then your mind will be blown and you're going to want to see more, right? So, yeah, the haters are like they're paid to do that. They're paid to do either they're heavily programmed or they're paid.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
no
Rhonda,
reason to fight
either
with
you're
them.
heavily programmed or you're paid. But once
Yeah.
again,
It's all good.
you're
It's
not
all
too
good.
bright. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just going on and on, and I don't want to mess with my phone right now.
Hey, you know what? They've got so much time. They're sitting in their mother's basement, freaking watching videos, and they get paid. They get paid to do this. Or that's
Well,
all they got to do with their life.
I had a girlfriend in Pennsylvania, and she had two kids, and he would get on the computer. I was doing eBay stuff and trying to make an extra buck selling
Yeah.
trading cards and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But he would get on these sites, and he was 10 years old, but he would get on these sites and he would get naked pictures of women, and then he would put them on these sites. This is a 10-year-old little boy, and he would say, I'm so and so, my name's so and so, I'm a lesbian. And he would say, if you're a lesbian too, share me your pictures. So this little boy was having all these people on the internet send him naked girls pictures. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if that's right or not.
It's actually pretty creative, like in a sick
Yeah,
and twisted kind of way.
because when I was 10 years old, I was getting Playboy magazines and a pack of cigarettes, and I was going up to the barn, in the hay, and I'd sit there looking at all the naked ladies smoking my cigarettes, getting sick off the tobacco. But yeah, it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, he's using technology to his advantage, which is kind of sad in a way. It's sad.
But when you hear these people on the internet, if they say they're somebody, they could be somebody else. And it always reminds me of that.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
people that are pretending to be people, they could be a little boy sitting somewhere being mischief,
yeah,
It,
yeah.
it's you don't know who is who on the internet. You really, really don't.
Well, here's the thing. We're still being programmed. Like you go into any Walmart or grocery store, every magazine cover has either your father's picture or your imposter's picture out on there. And it's still being programmed that those were, the imposter was you and that they're reinforcing the story over and over and over in our minds, right? People are heavily programmed, so they react because they think that you're a fraud, right? And they don't know that there are ways that they could learn the truth, easy ways, okay? A 1 hour documentary, for example, 1 hour, 1 minute, and 11 seconds, right?
I
just to
love it
get
too. I love
just
it.
to
The
get the
kindness.
overview and then to use maybe these sensory devices we have on our head to look at pictures and compare to your childhood photos, right? We can clearly see the resemblance. And then
Yeah.
when you hear the story, it is so compelling, so interesting, and of course, so much truth in there. So much stuff that we have not been told.
Well, us being human beings, we only use a little fraction of our brain.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know why that is, but people need to really wake up and start using the part of
Yeah.
the brain that they don't
Yeah.
usually use. That
Yeah.
was stolen from us. Ancient societies, they were so smart. Um, in in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really need to wake up, start thinking out of the box, and using our brains that we don't use. We really
It's a
do.
very complex story, but we haven't been told the whole picture. A lot of the history of Earth and civilization has been hidden from us, so we don't know other than what we've been told. Everything we've been told throughout school, throughout our society, out there in the news, on TV, is incorrect. And it's programmed into us over and over and over until we believe it to be truth. We believe the science, which
Yeah, this
again, yeah, they've
this this Rhonda gal, she don't know when to leave. She just putting those little funny faces out there. And somebody said, "Do you support a pedophile?" Yeah, it's hard to say what they support when they come on here. We are exposing child trafficking, kidnapping, torture of children, the unalivement of children is what I am exposing. There's so much we are exposing the criminals, and these people think it's funny. What kind of person do you think would leave laughter when that's why we are here?
Yeah,
Um, there's so many people I expose for unaliving people, child trafficking. It's huge within our own government. Our government
right,
polices themselves,
right.
but child trafficking is huge within our government. And you get these people that laugh about it, and maybe someday we can put all the pieces of the puzzle together and
Yeah,
actually imprison
yeah,
these people for
yeah,
their crimes of child trafficking. And it's huge in our government. I can't. Yeah.
yeah. Well, one of the points I wanted to make earlier was how much I've learned about how and why they replace people, they steal their identities, they steal their resources, their businesses, everything they've got. And many of them remain long term in those positions, as we've seen, right? The imposter for your mother was in that position for years and years and years. And I think there was more than one, to be honest. I've seen pictures and there's a lot of discrepancy in those photos. But
Yeah, and they put it right there in front of me.
they
They
put
they
it,
really did.
yeah. So,
But yeah, identity theft it's huge
yeah,
the way they
yeah,
replace people to make money. And I've said it before, you can you can plan to go rob a bank and you can say, okay, we're going to go rob this bank. But if you get caught, you're done for. And what do you get? You rob a bank, you get $5,000 or something like that. But if you're a big enough crime ring and you unlive a whole family or a billionaire, um, what would you rather have, a bank robbery or $1 billion? And that's the way
yeah,
organized crime
yeah.
thing. I was watching All in the Family with Archie Bunker on there the other night. Actually, it was Sunday, and he was talking to the guy that just passed away.
Rob
I'm so
Reiner.
Rob Reiner. I knew Rob Reiner. I was there when Rob Reiner was a made man. That means he was put into organized crime. His father was into that, but they made him. They made Rob Reiner. But Archie was there and told him, if there is a dollar for organized crime to make a dollar, they will be there. They will be there to get the dollar. Archie Bunker said that. I'm resharing it because it is so true.
Right,
If there is money to be made by organized crime is going to be there, whether it is Hollywood, whether it is the entertainment industry, whether it is sporting events, college events, you name it. If there's a dollar to be made, organized crime will be there to take that dollar. And that comes right out of the mouth of Archie Bunker.
yeah, yep. Many of the celebrities that especially what I said the other day to a bunch of people was, you see these documentaries that are going around or these movies about entertainers or whoever it is, they're usually getting ahead of the curve. All right, they're again planting their propaganda about this person's life and how great they are, et cetera, because the truth is horrific and all that is coming out. We're seeing it more and more. We see what these people have done and how they've tricked us. So that's all coming out this year. Bam. Right? Right. So don't let the haters dishearten you, okay? They don't know any better. Got it? They don't know any better. Get your hands off the keypad, John.
I'm deleting Rhonda. I had enough of her on my
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
my on
They
my
don't know
live.
any better. They're
So
just programmed and they're just doing what they think is right.
yeah, I had to
Most of them.
go back and totally ban her.
Okay.
Um, when somebody calls me a pedophile, for me trying to acknowledge of all this and help the children from the pedophiles, and I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
don't need to
yeah,
let people like that, trolls like that,
yeah.
bother me. They have so many influences to hinder us over the
Right.
internet,
Right.
and it's evil. It
Yeah.
really is.
And you notice how a lot of these people, they can call names so easily, right? They'll call names, they'll get you all riled up. They want to fight, but there's no meat, there's no content behind those names, right? They're just calling names,
And
right?
one thing that I noticed, which if this is true, it's huge. I'll click on the haters comments and go to their profile, and they only have a few friends.
Yeah.
But I'll be damned if they have little children in the pictures of their profile, and it disturbs me.
Yeah.
It really does. These people, if they know how society is, they really shouldn't even put pictures of their children
Right.
on the internet at all. But most of the haters that, I'm saying, hey, we got a big problem with child trafficking and child abuse in this country. And then the haters have pictures of children on their profile. So it's kind of bizarre, but we are fighting the bizarre.
It's ironic.
Um,
Yeah.
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 Um,
Well, okay. So from this point forward, fresh start. We're not going to worry about the haters. What we're going to do is say, thanks for the view, thanks for the like, and move on. If they're really bad, just delete them. Don't spend your time and energy fighting them. Who cares what they think, right? And we've seen those places where the guys are in a room with all these phones and they're on all the social media making comments, arguing with people. We don't need that, okay? What we need are people that are willing to open their eyes, hear your story, learn more, share the story and say, "Wow, I can't believe what our own government, who is controlled by others, has done to our own people."
right.
That's what we're after.
And when I came out with the story, I was willing to die to get this truth out, and I still am. So
Well, let's not
everybody
go
that,
there either. Let's not go
well, I
there.
was, it took a lot of balls for me to come out and say
Yeah.
I'm John Kennedy Jr. because I was told by the people at the top in government, you will be killed, you will be unalive. And guess what? I'm still here, and I'm still sharing that story. And there's lions that hit the share button and
Yeah.
share it with me. And to me, it helps
Yeah.
keep me alive. It
Yeah.
really does.
So what you're saying is you've got strong commitment. All right. You're
Yeah.
very committed to getting your story out, as am I, as am all the people that are watching us now. And thank you for that. I appreciate that.
I thank everybody that has got involved in my life, like you and all the other lions. Um, it's wonderful. I thank you all for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap up for today. And I do want to thank everyone of the light for watching, asking everyone to share, write comments. Like, you know what to do, right? We've said it only a billion times. Support John in any way you can. Share his story, make his life a little easier. And John, again, in a few months, you'll be out there telling this to
We're
new audiences. It's going to
we're
make
gonna do
a
this year.
difference. This
We've
year,
said year
boom.
after year after year that we're gonna get
Yeah,
the truth out. We're gonna
yeah,
win. We're little David, they're Goliath, but we're gonna beat them, and we're gonna bring this story out.
yep,
So let's do it this year. Thanks again, people on
yep,
Facebook. You all have a wonderful, blessed day.
yep.
See this? I'll repost it. You can go to Awaken Stories with the beautiful Sue Greenwald and watch it. But all love, you guys. All love and appreciation for wanting justice and truth. And peace out. Love you.
All right. Thank you so much, John, for your commitment and hanging in there. I know you're not feeling 100% today, so we're going to cut it short, but thank you guys for watching. Take care.
Thank, thank you. Oh,
All right.
smartiescorner.com. Check it out.
Yep.
Check out the website,
Yep.
therealjohnfkennedyjr.com
Yep.
and The Quiet Journey. Check them all
Yep.
out. Thanks.
Thank